What up, tubers, and welcome to our very first Final Fantasy draft here on Arena. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all your Magic card needs. This is the early access event, so thanks to Wizards. We're going to jump right in because the cards, of course, have a ton of text. I've played a little bit of this format already in Tulane Community College's Shuffle Up and Play, so I know the cards. My set review went up yesterday. If you didn't want to, or if you didn't watch that, go catch it. But we've opened one of the better ones, Dion Bahamut's Dominant. This is 4 mana 3/3 that makes a 2/2 when it enters. It has flying on your turn, and it gives your other knights flying as well. And then for 6 mana, you can transform it into Bahamut Warden of Light, 5/5 flying that immediately triggers the first chapter. Put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control. Those creatures gain flying until end of turn. It does it again the second turn. Third chapter, you kill a permanent, and then you flip it back into Dion. So this card is absolutely absurd. One of the best rares in the format and a good one to open. Getting past an Ambrosia Whiteheart, very, very nice. Chocobo. Birds are a theme in this format. The Chocobo are pretty strong overall. Most of them have the ability of getting pumped whenever a land enters. This is a 2/2 flash that you can return another permanent you control to its owner's hand when it enters. I'll go over some of the cards, but I'm not going to go over every single one. We just don't have time. There's the bonus sheet cards. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. Nature's Claim, not going to be one of them you're really looking to draft. Maybe except as a sideboard card later on. Let's see, Gladiolus Amicitia, 6/6 for 6, ramps you when it enters, and also can pump up your other creatures when you have landfall enter. Garnet's pretty good, 2/2 lifelink for 2, but it can really, really synergize with your sagas. Chocobo Kick, good removal spell. Suplex, good removal spell. We are going to take the Ambrosia and just stick to white for now. We are getting past a Saz Catsroy, which is probably not correct, but you'll have to give everybody a little bit of grace here, as I'm sure a lot of them aren't heavy drafters generally, and this is early access, right? So we're drafting with a bunch of other creators and whatnot. Saz is great. 4 mana 3/3 that either searches for a basic land, or a bird, puts it in your hand, and then whenever Saz attacks, you put a 1/1 counter on a creature, then double the number of counters on that creature. So pretty freaking great. Very, very easy to just take over the game by itself. So we have 2 4-drop, pretty close to, top level bombs here. Let's see, Rufus Shinra, legend. There are hundreds, maybe not hundreds, but dozens of legendaries in the format, as again, this is Final Fantasy based. Battle menu, I know this one's just a good, solid, versatile instant in white. You can make a 2/2, give a creature a little toughness boost, kill a powerful creature, so power 4 or greater, or you can just gain 4 life if that is what you deem necessary. Nice one to have, always playable in white. Prima Vista, haven't really liked this artifact. The look of it anyways, I've never actually played with it. But 5 mana for a 5/3 vehicle that sometimes turns into a creature when you've cast non-creature spells, not very good. So casting non-creature spells, especially if they cost 4 or more mana, is also a theme in this format, but I don't think Prima Vista is very good. Fate of the Suncrist, solid removal in white. We've seen this type of thing before. Let's see. Oh, here's another saga creatures. Nice summon Choco and Mog. Here is Excalibur. This is not unplayable in the format, I think, because life gain is also a theme, but I don't think this is very good. The nice thing is the Excalibur itself holds the counters, so it's not like you lose all the counters if the creature it initially is equipped to dies, but yeah, not a card I'm really looking to play. Let's see, no green or white otherwise besides this You Are Not Alone, which is a fine combat trick, but nothing excellent. We could just take Instant Ramen. There are artifact themes in the format. This replaces itself. This has a little bit of life gain. Actually, you know what? I guess I should just take the Excalibur. I already have 3 white cards. We might not play the Saz, and if we do end up in life gain, then that's going to be a high reward. Okay. Getting another Garnet, which we're probably going to end up taking. What else do we have? Golbez. This is Crystal Collector. This one's pretty bad. It's a 1/4 that whenever an artifact you control enters, you surveil 1. Beginning of your end step, if you control 4 more artifacts, return a creature from your graveyard to your hand. Then if you control 8 or more artifacts, yeah, so... again, there is an artifact theme, but I don't think this is a high pickup by any means. Zidane's pretty cool. 5 mana 3/3 that steals a creature for a turn and gives it lifelink and haste. And then when the opponent gets that creature back, you get a treasure. One of the stabs here. So Job Select is a new ability. I'll go over it again. Wow, we're getting another Ambrosia Whiteheart. That's fantastic. Let's see, Ultimecia. I like this card a lot. 5 mana 4/5 that surveils 2 whenever it enters or attacks. And then for 8, at the beginning of your end step, you can pay 8 to exile it and 8 cards from your graveyard, and it turns into a 7/7 menace that takes an extra turn. So, not the easiest thing to set up, but if you do, very, very powerful and good enough on its front end as well. Graveyard is also a theme in the format, having a bunch of cards, that is to say. And for example, this card, mill 3, gain 3 life when it enters. Okay, what do we have here? Bunch of green and white cards. This is the part of the Artifact Matters card, but I don't think it's all that good. It can be a card draw once, and then it ramps, and then you sack an artifact and put on 1 counter on each creature. It's a little bit slow and dirtly. Diamond Weapon seems pretty good. 9 mana, 8/8 reach, prevent all combat damage will be dealt to it, but it costs 1 less for each card in your permanent in your graveyard. So again, the theme of whatchamacallit, cards in graveyard. I'm gonna just take the Bard's Bow though. I didn't really go over it, but here's the Job Select. So Job Select is you make a 1/1 colorless hero if a card has Job Select, and then usually if it's on an equipment, for example, maybe they're only on equipments, then the equipment auto-equips. So Bard's Bow is effectively a 3 mana 3/3 reach, and then the equipment is 6. Commune with Beavers or Crossroads Village. Towns are a thing in this format. There are a bunch of town cards. There are a bunch of dual town cards. And otherwise, this one's just decent. Enters tapped, you choose a color, adds 1 mana of the chosen color. All right, we're wheeling the other Garnet. So we really want to find some sagas, because right now we have a pretty nutty looking green-white start. Loporrit Scout 3/2 for 3. Whenever another creature you control enters, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Monk's Fist is pretty weak, except or for maybe like artifact synergies. Target creature gets +3 against trample. Fine combat trick. So probably not playing the Excalibur. This is the only white card in this pack, remember? Yeah, white is very open. Xenos Ye Galvis. 5 mana 4/4. When it enters, choose a creature an opponent controls. Until end of turn, creatures other than Xenos and the chosen creature get -2/-2. When the chosen creature leaves, you transform Xenos, and he's a 8/8 flying. This is very much a commander card for the backside, but I mean, it is an infest effect on the front side, and then if the creature you chose dies later on, right? This turns into an 8/8 flyer for 5, so very, very good. What else do we have here? Gaisaul Greens is nice. 2 mana for a Chocobo, but it's got flashback. This is a 3 mana, effectively 3/2 with Ward 1, and then it can equip for 4. I mean, I guess I'd take the... Well, no. I guess we'll just take the Paladin's Arms. We're pretty locked into green-white, I think. What is this one? 2/1 lifelink for 2. Gets +1/+1 for each equipment you control. Currently have 2 equipment, so it's not terrible. Here's a fun one. Overkill. This is going to be basically the premium removal of the format. Black and 2, instant. Target creature gets -0, -9,999. So, insta-kill card. Emperor of Palamecia. Yeah, the red-blue deck is the one that cares about the non-creature spells, especially if they cost 4 or more mana. So this is a cool red-blue ramper. I will definitely be drafting a lot of red-blue in this format. I'm just going to take the Fate of the Suncrist here. 5 mana, instant kill, destroy an on-land permanent. And then 2 less if it targets a creature. So again, we've seen this type of effect before. Always decent to have in white. So many legendaries. So many legendaries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like we already have 6 legendary creatures. Creature count is 6, but then I also have bow and menu potentially. What do we got here? From father to son. Oh, so this is one of those constructed cards. Search your library for a vehicle, reveal it, put it in your hand. If this spell is cast from a graveyard, it has flashback. Then you put that card on the battlefield instead. Probably not very good. Let's see. For us, we have Aerith Rescue Mission, 4 mana for 3 1/1 hero tokens. Or you can tap 3 creatures and put a stun counter on one of them. And we also have the Summon Fat Chocobo. So going back to what I was trying to say a little bit earlier, these are saga creatures. So after the final chapter goes off, this creature will die. However, up until that point, these cards are generally just pretty good. So this is a 5 mana 4/4 that Chapter 1, when it enters, you make one of the 2/2 chocobos that have the landfall ability. And then on the chapters 2, 3, and 4, it gives all your creatures trample. So it effectively is a trampler itself, in essence, right? Oh, what is this one? Sarah Farron, green, white, and 1... Oh, right, this is the Legendary Matters card. I rated this pretty low in my set review. However, I have a lot of legendaries already. If you control 2 or more other legendary creatures, you may transform. So it's a 3 mana 2/2 that makes my legendaries cost less. And then if I have 2 of... Well, the issue being here for me is that I have overlapping legendaries. It's not like I have 6 different legendaries. I'm going to try it out, though. Zach Fair would also be a really good pickup. Just a really solid one. Actually, you know what? I'm going to wheel the Sarah Fair, and I'm going to take the Zach Fair. I didn't go over this card, but I'll go over it real quickly now. It's great. 1 mana for effectively a 1/2, because it puts a 1/1 counter on itself. Then you can pay 1, sack it, give another creature you control indestructible, and you move all of the +1/+1 counters and equipment that were on Zach Fair onto the creature. So it's a combat trick as well. There's a nice green-white town here for us. Let's see, there's a Cactuar, a 3/3 trample for 1 mana. However, it bounces back to your turn if you didn't play it this turn. There's also another Summon Fat Chocobo, which I think I'm going to take over the land, actually. What is this one? Oh, this is Danitha. Yeah, 3 mana 2/2 First Strike Vigilance Lifelink is just a solid rate. Precious Wanderings, I think this card is really nice. 3 mana instant, search your library for a basic land or town and put it on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. When you search your library this way, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. So it is a certainly a combat trick, but it's also ramp and fixing, and it can trigger landfall at instant speed. But Danitha for another legendary. Really hoping to get that Sarah Farron back. Okay, here's Chocobo's Kick, which is probably just the... I would assume the premium green common removal in the format. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls, but if you've kicked it, then the creature deals twice that much damage, and the kicker of returning a land, kind of good with landfall, right? What is this one again, though? It is a... Oh, it's the tiered combat trick. So there are a bunch of tiered cards where they have a base effect for their casting cost, and then they also have additional effects if you add more mana into them. This one's really expensive, but I think it's decent. It's good value, right? It's 5 mana for a fixed overrun, because it doesn't give your creature trample. But then it also can return 2 permanents from your graveyard to your hand, so I think that's worth taking as at least a 1 of. The Poo-Poo UFO. This is for like a landfall, or towns deck, rather. Yeah, you can have its power become the number of towns. 4 mana 4/4 that turns into a 6/6. You have 7 or more lands. I'm just going to take the green-black land in case I decide to splash. I didn't note this card initially, but just a solid one. Look at the top 3 of your library. You can reveal an artifact, creature, or land and put it in your hand, and the rest go on bottom. So for 1 mana, you get a selection of cards. It's generally going to hit. Okay, just take some red-green. Looks like we're not going to... Oh, I was going to say, looks like we're not going to get the Sarah back, but there it is. Sarah Farron. Okay, very good. Yeah, this deck looks fantastic. And we still have another pack to go, where we've opened a Machinist's Arsenal. Machinist's Arsenal. This is great for the artifact deck. However, I have only 2 artifacts right now, so it's not good for me. But it's a 5 mana, in essence, baseline of 3/3, because the equipped creature gets +2/+2 for each artifact you control, and the creature itself is an artificer in addition to its other types. So this is one artifact, right? The equipment itself is an artifact. It makes your creature an artificer, but an artificer is not baseline in artifacts, so I think we're just going to take another Chocobo kick here. There's a third Garnet as well. However, I actually am still in need of some more sagas. I mean, I have the double fat Chocobo now, but... Oh, Stilt's getting really good, right? 1 mana, 1/2 lifelink. Tap 2 and tap it. Target opponent gains control of another target permanent you control if they do draw a card. So this is a way to kind of beat removal. If your opponent tries to kill your creature, you can like give it to them in response, draw a card, and then the creature still dies or whatever. I don't think we actually want that though. We have a 4 mana 4/4 vehicle that makes a 1/1 token. We have Summon Choco Mog, 3 mana 3/3 saga creature that pumps your other creatures when it enters. We have the greens here. I don't know. I was probably supposed to take the Summon Choco Mog. What is this? Tella. Oh, this one's really good. 5 mana 3/3 in red-blue that makes tokens whenever you cast any non-creature spell. Doesn't have to be one that costs 4 or more. But then this one gets really good if you do cast non-creature spells that cost more. 4 or more, you draw 2 cards. 8 or more, this hits the opponent for infinite damage. Let's see, this can kill a skeleton, spirit, or zombie, or it can return a creature with mana value 4 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. I have Dion, I have Saz, I have a bunch of other hits. I think I'm going to try taking that. Oh, that's a good one too. Clash of the Icons. Not going to have much time, but yeah, I'm going to try the Phoenix down. What is Ash? I think Ash is bad, right? When it attacks, look at the top 5. You may reveal an artifact from among them, put it in your hand. But the rest, yeah, so this is for the Artifact Matter deck. There's a crystal in each color. The majority of them are not good for limited. In fact, all of them, I'd say, are kind of weak for limited. Some of them have decent effects, but we have another Chocobo kick and another Fate of the Suncrest here. We have 2 kicks. Let's take a second Fate, I suppose. Attacking creatures get +2/+0, and it has flashback. So it's just Trumpet Blast with flashback in white. It's whatever. Let's take finally our green-white land. Oh, actually, we have a Gubu Gardener. 2 mana, 1/3. That just adds a green. Love that one. Aerith Gainsborough. That's the Lifelink Matters card. 3 mana, 2/2 lifelink. Whenever you gain life, you put a 1/1 counter on Aerith. And then when Aerith dies, put X 1/1 counters on each legendary creature you control, or X a number of 1/1 counters on Aerith. So I have 2 of the Garnets, which are 2/2 lifelinkers, and they're also legendary. Let's try this out. Grand Pulse Ochu is a 1 mana 1/1 Death Touch that can get fat for 8. It's not terrible. Oh, there are land cyclers in the format. I didn't get any, but there's a land cycler for every color. I don't think we're playing any of those cards. Okay, here's the Tifa's Limit Break. Oh, wait, there's a land cycler, and it's the best among them. Man, 6 mana, 6/6 trample. When it enters, gain 3. It's got forest cycling as well. Card is disgusting. Garnet number 3. I mean, I guess. Stiltskin came back, which is another legendary and another lifelinker. Clash of the Icons came back. Target creature you control fights target creature an opponent controls. And then it has some Saga synergies, which is kind of neat. I mean, my deck looks crazy good. All right, let's cut the Magitech armor. I don't know if I need this Rydia's Return with how powerful our deck is, and we have a decent bit of removal anyways. I think Blitzball Shot is going to be a slightly worse than You're Not Alone. I like the 1 mana trick instead. So how many hits does this have? I have 4 birds for Saz to tutor for, or any number of lands, of course. Oh god, we got the green-white land back too. I'm hoping to flip Sarah. Beginning of combat. So yeah, you can flip her on the turn that you cast her. Oh, I'm very sad to note, by the way, that they gave me a new account. I'm no longer Numot the MTG. I am now actually NumotTheNummy. Very sad. Oh yeah, this deck is insane. We just need to find what else. Let's see, we're going to add that for sure. We probably don't need the Crossroads. Our mana is going to be 8, 8, and 1, so... And I don't have any town synergies. Yeah, this deck looks great. I think we want at least one of the equipment. I guess the equip 6 is a little bit out of reach. Equip 4 seems good, though. +2/+1 ward. And we have knight synergies. It turns the creature into a knight, which works for Dion. I could probably get away with 16 lands, actually. We have a land cycler, we have a gardener, we have a bunch of cheap cards. Do I even want the Clash of the Icons? How many sagas? I think I only have 2 sagas. Yeah, okay, we probably don't need just the punch then. Just debating if I want 16 or 17 lands. 16's probably fine. Or we have a little bit heavier white, so we'd go down on green. This deck looks quite good to me. But, I mean, as with all first drafts, literal first drafts, or first looks at a format, you're probably going to, if you just have like some kind of idea of what you're doing, you're probably going to end up with a pretty good deck because nobody knows what they're doing, right? All right, let's go off to our first draft game of the format, and this hand is absurd. We just need to find like 1 or 2 lands. Turn 1 Stiltskin. Actually, holy crap. I could flip Sarah on turn 3. Turn 1 legendary creature, turn 2 legendary creature. Turn 3 Sarah, she immediately flips and makes Saz cost less. Oh, God. Can we do it? Am I going to peak in this format too quickly? I'm going to peak in this format too quickly, I think. Oh, and there's the land. All right. It says flash, so we don't need to get too spicy there. All right, job select, Sage's Noliths. So it turns the creature into a cleric, and then whenever this creature attacks, untap target attacking creature. Okay. And now we slam down the Sarah. All my legendaries are now going to pump +2/+2. This is turn 3. I'm attacking for 8. This is actually the nuts. The first legendary creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 less. Legendary creatures you control get +2/+2. Wow. Whenever this creature or another creature or artifact you control dies, target opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. Okay. So let's go land. Saz, search for a birdie. Oh, I've drawn the majority of my birds, I see. They want a double block, that's great. Yeah, my 4 birds in the deck are 2 Summon Fat Chocobos and 2 of the Ambrosia White Hearts here. Nice, this is exactly what we wanted them to do. Because now that the Ambrosia is gone, we can play out the other Ambrosia. Man, if they just cast like some slow removal spell here. Oh, Death Touch Lifelink. Boo. That's annoying. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna flash it out. I guess I could return a land in order to trigger, but... Alright, so now we're gonna attack with all. Pump here. And summon our fatty Chocobo. Yeah, this deck's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. 3 mana, 2/1 flyer that makes a 1/1. Good rate. 2 mana, 1/4 that as long as you control 7 or more lands. Okay, it doesn't matter. All my creatures have trample. Because second chapter of our Chocobo triggered. And that, my friends... Well, again, we kind of just immediately peaked. Turn 1 legendary, turn 2 legendary, turn 3 Serapharin. Attack you for 8. Ooh. Alright, we have Dion in hand, so I'm not going to mulligan. I also have the T-Rex's Sword for a forest. Two 1 flying, that whenever it attacks, you surveil 1. Very good. Okay, so our opponent's curving out on us here. 2 mana, 2/1 flyer into 3 mana, 2/1 flyer that makes a 1/1 token. Okay, I think I just like getting rid of their Pixie then. We want to do it main phase so that they don't get to surveil. Alright, White Mage's Staff makes the 1/1 with Job Select. Whenever this attacks, you gain 1. Wow, and then they had another Job Select. Sheesh. Let's hope Dion can save us. So the Dragon's Lancer gives the creature the Knight ability of having flying on their turn. Yeah, we might just lose to flying here. Target player draws 2, put a 1/1 counter on up to 1 target creature. That's 5 damage in the air. They move this, so... Oh no, that's 3 to equip. Never mind. Okay. I'm at 10. That removal spell was decent. So I'm not going to play Aerith this turn. I'm just going to play the land and pass. We still need to hold our creatures back for ground blockers. We can flip this potentially next turn to make a 5/5 flyer. But my other creatures only gain flying until end of turn, so... Try to do some hovering over of stuff. Looks looks like they're going to go for equipping the staff. I don't know how... There's like that shore up variant that can give a creature hexproof and it untaps it. Okay, try to kill their 3/2 here. You know what I could have done as well, actually, now that I think about it? This says destroy target non-land permanent. Oh, but that would have been 5 mana then. I could have targeted the Lance for 5 mana, and that would have made their token lose flying. Oh, we drew a Saz. That's good too. So they have 2 hero tokens. Actually, you know what I like doing here instead now? I like playing the Saz and grabbing our Ambrosia. I'm okay if they double block the Garnet. It's a little bit unfortunate I'm losing some Aerith value, but I think this makes sense. There's Sages, no Liths, okay. At 7, yeah, they're definitely holding up trickiness. Pump the Ambrosia here, or pump the Aerith here. Five damage equal. Okay, so now we want to flash this out. How many tricks do they have, I wonder? I might have to flip my Dion next turn. But yeah, then I'm gonna die to another removal spell here, currently. Maybe I should have played the Aerith a little bit sooner instead of going for... Because I could have tried to go for Garnet into Aerith. It would have just been a little bit behind in turns. Because I had to land cycle on turn 2. Alright, that pumps their creatures. Yeah. So I am dead next turn. Oh, Battleman, you gaining 4 life could be the save that we need. They did have another. Well, I can actually... Let's see. Because he can't attack, but how much would this be? This would be 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, so this is a win. Oh no, it's even more because it's doubling the counters, right. Oh, Bahamut, you beautiful bastard. Wow. Our deck was able to fight against that nonsense. Pretty freaking great. I mean, our deck's insane, so. Right. Bahamut adds an extra counter so that our cats, or whatever, Saz, not cats, Saz, added even extra damage. That was nice. Super nice. Well, I see a Dion in hand. We have Zach Fair, battle menu. Looks like a keeper to me. I mean, we're never gonna do much better than the start that we did in game 1, that's for sure. Magitech Infantry, so they're gonna be playing artifacts. It's a 1-mana 1/1 that gets +1/+0 as long as you control another artifact, and then you can pay 3, search your library for a card named Magitech Infantry, put it on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Dwarven Castle, filler 2-drop. 2-mana 2/1 that when it dies makes a hero token. Not bad filler by any means, but certainly filler in this format. I think I'm okay taking 2. Oh, this card is insane. When this enters, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. 5 mana to flip it, and it turns into a 4/4 flying lifelink that chapters 1 and 2 deal 2 damage to each opponent, which is also gaining 2 life because of lifelink, and then it returns tons of... Yeah, it's just absolutely insane. So I'm just going to flash out the Ambrosia here. If they do flip it on the bright side of things, I will be able to battle menu it because it says destroy a creature with power 4 or greater. Good old red-white tricky tricks. I wonder how many Magitech Infantry they're playing. 1, I'm not going to play it unless I'm a heavy artifact deck. 2, that starts being okay. Anything 3 or more is like actively good, I would say, especially on a 1-drop. Yeah, I think I'm okay just taking another 2. So if I wait a turn, I can play Dion while holding up Zach Fair to give him indestructible. But also, given my hand, I think I just want to play it out and start curving. Like Dion into Chocobo into Rexasaur, or Rexar rather. So yes, Dion is insane, and you know, running it out without protecting it's kind of weak. But I also don't want to do anything that turn. I think our opponent's just going to activate their infantry. All right, 2 infantries. Ideally, they're just going to flip the Josh now. I guess flipping the Josh isn't even that good. They should certainly just kill my, yeah, kill my Dion. With the Choco Comet. Good one. It's a red, red X, X damage to any target, and you make one of the birdies. Let's get Big Daddy Fat Choco. All right, so flip Josh. I lose 2, they gain 2. Then we can just battle menu Josh and play Danitha as well. Look at me, I'm Boros, says the opponent. Just destroy or exile. Yeah, destroy, okay. Actually, my creatures have trample, so I can attack first and see how they block, if they block. This creature already naturally has trample. How good is that? So I have one more turn of the Chocobo attacking, and then on the final, on chapter 4, it will still give my creatures trample, but then it will die. Speaking of, lots of Chocos. All right, that pumps the creatures. Danitha plus the Zac Fair here is really annoying for the opponent, though. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent, put a 1/1 counter, sack it. Deals damage equals a power to any creature, but sorcery speed only. Ooh, another Ambrosia. Actually, that can save our Fat Chocobo. That's really good. Right. Pop off the Zac. Three first strike vigilance lifelink looks pretty good versus you red-white deck. 4 mana 2/2 draw a card. Beginning of combat, if you control an equipment, you can pay 1 and then attach in that equipment for 1 instead of however much the equip cost could be. Back our fatty Chocobo. Oh, Saz, huh? Saz Catsroy. Oh, it is Cats. Saz Catsroy. Let's see if our opponent multi-blocks. It's not even that good for them on the Danitha. I have one more target left for Saz. So we probably want to play that out here. Although just slamming down the T-Rexar, or T-Rexar, is kind of nuts. Sorry, I forgot to note, I am not going to play this draft out to its conclusion because I'm on a limited time here. Oh, well, if they're just going to take it, I guess I will play the 6/6 out. I'm probably going to cut all of these early access videos off, probably around an hour, just so that I can get all of the content up leading to the actual release, so. Back to 21, by the way. The 6 mana 6/6 green creatures just keep getting better and better. I guess Migrating Ketradon was effectively just as good as this. Ketradon might have been still better, slightly. Just normal cycling and reach versus trample forest cycling. I mean, land cycling is absurd, though, I think. Okay, tap 3 creatures. Put a stun counter on one of them. All right. So the Rexar has now been stunned for the turn. What is this? Red-white land, sure. Opponent is still very much screwed here, I would feel like. This one game is taking too long. Like I said, I'm not going to play this out to its conclusion unless we like rattle off a 7-0 real quick. So they will get a 1/1 off of this thing. I guess we're just going to play the Summon Fat Chocobo at this point, right? Makes 2 creatures, and then I'm going to have all Tramplers next turn. You killed my Dion, and so I must kill you. Oh, that's only attacking creatures. It's not just creatures you control either. Right, that is a very important thing to note. Attacking versus creatures, because that means that is only good if you can be defensive. Like, some of those type of effects, I mean, obviously you hate using them defensively, but they can be useful, you know? So, okay, let's go on to the next. See if we can get a couple more games in before the hour mark. Oh, man, missing a green here. Do I YOLO keep this? I am. If we draw a green source, it's just way too good. Well, there's Stiltskin. Turn 1 Freya Crescent is a 1/1 Night Flyer that casts equipment or activates equipment abilities. And yikes, our opponent just played a Buster Sword. So they get to equip the Buster Sword and kill me. Is that the dream start? Turn 1 Crescent, turn 2 Buster Sword. Now they can cast a 4+ mana spell here for free. Or 4- mana spell here for free. It's pretty nice. Let's see, Buster Sword. I mean, yeah, we're just dead. Turn 1 Freya Crescent, turn 2 Buster Sword. That is giving us the vibes of my opening hand in the first game. What a curve. I mean, just can't win ever. Sure. Alright. Good enough. Pretty good. So Buster Sword is 3 to play, 2 to equip. Creature gets +3/+2. So even that stat alone is very good. And then, yeah, when it connects, you get to draw a card, and then you can cast a spell with converted mana cost equal to or less than the damage dealt. Pretty disgusting. I mean, I guess this is a key, but it's just... it's not that good. It's just like creature stuff. Another Magitech infantry gamer. Oh, and they got the staff, so that's going to pump up the infantry. I'm going to take 2 here on turn 2. So let's lead on our 1-3. Good blocker plus ramper. Whenever there's attacks, you gain 1 into cleric in addition. Okay. So that's probably just for life gain. I'm always blocking here. The Wyvern, nice. Okay, so if they get rid of Catsroy this turn, I'm going to take a ton of damage. So I think my plan here next turn, if Saz doesn't die, is to go Garnet, attack with Saz, pump the Garnet up to a 4/4 lifelink. And then we have the Saga combo with the Garnet. Oh, they're just going wide. Wow. That's terrifying. Alright, let's make a 4/4 lifelink. I mean, there's merit to casting Ambrosia if they block the Saz. But I think I'm pretty happy just letting this trade happen. Jill Shiva's Dominant. When it enters, return up to 1 target non-land permanent in your hand. Oh man, that card is nuts. 5 mana, turns into a 4/5 that gives a creature unblockable. And then it is going to reflip on the 3rd chapter. That's insane. Gross. So I need to find a way to kill that. I guess for now I play the T-Rexisar. Notably, Ketradon would be better since it would have reach. Oh, okay, so they're not even going to Jill yet. I think I would have Jilled there if I were them. Oh, we drew the Chocobo kick. That's hot. Actually, we can wait a turn on that, can't we? I mean, it's probably safer just to kill that now. Why didn't they equip the other one is the question. Oh, I'm just going to play the Summon Chocobo. Oh, because they have the Magitech infantry. Right, of course. Alright, flip is fine. I would take 5 damage here. Gain a little bit more life. Let's see. What is the wording on this? You may remove a lore counter from each of any number of sagas you control. Put a 1/1 counter for each lore counter removed this way. Okay. So this deals double. So I want to attack with the Garnet first. Do I want to play a land for landfall? I guess yes. I'm gonna go attack, 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 attack. This is 19 damage. So if they trade with Garnet, that's fine, because we have the other one, because we want to be able to double the kick with Garnet and the other creature. Okay, this is nice. Big chunk there for us. So we're going to gain 6 life there. That was a really bad draw for us. Because now the opponent can push a ton of damage still. Till the end of turn. Guess we block here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I go to 7. Do they have another Magitech infantry? They must. Oh, that's a good draw. Because now what I can do is go like this. And then White Heart my Rexisar and replay it. So I don't believe I'm dead here, but I'm close. This has been a good game. Man, a lot of just crazy curve outs. This might be a fast format. Yeah. Which, we'll see. We'll see. I didn't even look if that land did anything. It's just a duel. Okay. Well, they don't have removal, otherwise they would have already killed me. They equip a flyer and attack. They do go back up to 5, so... They must have drawn a spell. Or they're just thinking about how to equip. They have 3 Magitechs at least, yeah? 3 Magitechs is good. Oh, the Dragoon's Lance. That's gross. So maybe they're thinking about giving something else flying and smacking big? They are. Wait. They punted, right? They miscounted? Now they're just dead? Whoops. Whoops on them. All right. We will take it. The games have been fast, but they've been very close. All right. We've just about hit the hour mark. Let's go ahead and do one more game. And then we'll call it good for there. There have been a lot of very, very crazy curve outs, though. I mean, we're not going to top our our game 1. That was just absurd. Turn 1 legendary, turn 2 legendary, turn 3 the Sarah Farron or whatever she's called. Immediately flipper, give all my legendary creatures, of which basically my entire hand was, +2/+2. And then there was the other game where we got completely dominated by the turn 1 equipment mana dork into turn 2 Buster Sword, into turn 3 equip, attack you for 4. Like, that was just, yeah. All right, let's go one more. Let's go off to our last game with this deck before we call it good. I see a Dion. I'm going to keep it. We just need to find one land for it. So we have the Zach Fair again, which means very, very possible I should hold off on Dion until turn 5, or 5 mana at least. Alright, Town Greeter. 2 mana, 1/1 when it enters mill 4, and then you can put a land from among the milled cards into your hand. If you put a town, you gain 2 life. They did hit a town, but they wanted the untapped blue source. Okay. So they are Sultai, which is a good graveyard theme deck. I don't know, for curve purposes, I might still just run out Dion next turn. Though they are playing black, which is a little bit scary. Alright, the no liths, and that's the untap a target attacking creature, that's fine. Yeah, this is greedy, but I like it. I don't know what good black removal is in the format besides the what is it called? Overkill? It might be called Overkill. The black 2 -9999. I'm sure there are others. I mean we know there are some fight and punch effects. They have a Jill. Okay. Well, that one's not too bad. So we are sitting pretty safe here, it feels like. Another Ambrosia. Well, now that I've drawn another Ambrosia, I'm going to go ahead and attack with the first one, I think. Actually, no, I'm not, because I'm probably flipping Dion next turn. Any double blue for that? That card is so good. Chocobo Racetrack, 5 mana in artifact. Landfall, you make one of the birds. But I'm just going to blow it up right now, and then we're going to flip our Dion next turn and attack them for what? 3, 4, 5, 6. And this also has synergy with Zach Fair, because Zach Fair is getting extra 1/1 counters now. Which means if I sack Zach Fair, he's going to put more counters on other things. And we even drew the Phoenix down. Nice. So that's a way for us to actually reanimate Dion. That's disgusting. And now their opponent's just dead. Okay, well, not a very close game, this one. Yeah, our deck was sick. You know, it sucks peaking in the very first draft of the format, the very first game of the format even. But that one was a definite spicer. I mean, no doubt that we could easily go 7 wins with that. Yeah, card quality was absurd. Our colors were extremely open. Saz, amazing. You should not get this 3rd pick, pack 1, which we did, because this card is just great. Dion, obviously busted insane. I rated Sarah very low during the my set review, but I think I miscalculated just how many legendaries. I knew there were a lot, but look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 legendary creatures in this deck, for example. What I'm most sad about is we never got to do Aerith things, but There was that game where I could have, and I ended up not. Anyways, we'll take the win. We will sign off here, and we'll say thanks for watching my very first draft of the Final Fantasy format. I'll see you back next time for some more. Bye-bye.